Samsung Galaxy S10 is a greater purchase than the Galaxy S10 Plus. Let's find out why. So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. In this video, I'm going to explain to you why I think the Galaxy S10 is a greater buy than the Galaxy S10 Plus. Now, first of all, I want to state I own both of these phones and they're both beautiful. I love them both, but I'm finding myself liking the S10 more. Now let's talk about the design experience. So first of all, they both feature the same exact design besides a couple of elements, and that's gonna be the punch hole displays are a little bit different. So if we go to calendar here, you can see you have that bigger punch hole over here versus that smaller one over here. The backs are about the same. They have the same camera, same triple camera. The sides are the same. Everything is basically the same besides the cutout up at the top and the difference in size of display and weight. So the Galaxy S10 is a better buy because it's the same design, but you have a smaller cutout here in terms of that design. You also have a lighter body, but you still have enough screen to get ton done. I mean, 6.1 inches is no tiny display here with the Galaxy S10. So with all that being said, when I come to the S10 Plus, I feel like all I'm doing is carrying around a heavier phone that does the same thing with a bigger display, just making it less practical day to day with a larger cutout. So when it comes to the design experience, I actually like the Galaxy S10 because it's lighter, smaller, and still has a very large display at 6.1 inches. So speaking about the build quality, the Galaxy S10 is fairly equal to that of the Galaxy S10 Plus when it comes to build quality. They both have aluminum frames along the sides of the devices, and on the back we do have Gorilla Glass 5 and Gorilla Glass 6 on the front. Samsung did install screen protectors right out of the box for the device, so that's good on both, but you have more screen area to crack here on the Galaxy S10 Plus. That doesn't make the S10 better in build quality. They're about exactly equal here if you go with the standard models, but the Galaxy S10 Plus does give you the option of a ceramic model, but I don't see many people buying that. So when it comes to the build, I don't find the Galaxy S10 Plus to be so much better or anything like that to make it warrant an upgrade over the Galaxy S10. Whereas like you get the curved display and stuff on both of these over the S10e, but these are like relatively equal. But that ceramic model is available if you really want to push it to the top build for the S10 Plus. So display experience. Now here's an area where Samsung could have differentiated themselves on the S10 versus the S10 Plus if they wanted to, but they didn't. So they did give you the full 3040 by 1440p resolution here for the Galaxy S10. Now, the Galaxy S10 Plus also has the same 3040 by 1440 resolution. It also has the dynamic AMOLED display on both of them. So what that means is that because you have a smaller screen area on the Galaxy S10, you're actually going to get a higher pixels per inch, meaning sharper text. Now, in terms of how that AMOLED looks on both of them, they both look identical. You just get a larger one here with a bigger obtrusion with the dual cutout, which actually is not that useful with that second camera. It just seems like Samsung put that there to make something to differentiate it. If it had a wide angle camera in there along with the regular one instead of the depth camera, then I definitely would have been like, okay, just get the S10 Plus. But that's not that useful to me to blur the background. I don't think many people are going to be using that camera so much. So I'll take the Galaxy S10 all day for this size, this weight, and having a sharper resolution. And the Galaxy S10's display color, saturation, things like that are just as inky, just as beautiful as that on the Galaxy S10 Plus, but in a smaller package. So, you know, Samsung could have went ahead and made a weaker display like a 1080 for the S10 if they really wanted to differentiate themselves on the S10 versus the S10 Plus, but I'm happy that they did, and I'm happy they gave you all those features on the smaller model. So you're gonna save yourself $100 and you're gonna get the same type of color saturation on both of these. And let me go ahead and show you how it looks in video with the cutouts. So if I go in, you could see just a little cutout there, little punch hole display. Now for the Galaxy S10 Plus, if you do go ahead and do that, you get an even more of a cutout. So in video, more of a cutout. So for that reason alone, I think that watching video on the S10, along with the weight, being able to hold it a lot more comfortably is a better experience here. Now, if you really just care about the largest display, you're going to disagree with me on this one, but I'm just talking about in terms of the obtrusion on the display. All right, so what about software? Well, they both run the One UI, and that means that you're getting essentially the same exact, not essentially the same exact software experience, which is not a bad thing because they both do have pretty clean software here in and the newer One UI. Now, one thing I will note though is that having a larger display for the S10 Plus does give you an advantage when you're doing things like pop view or multitasking. There's just more room to move things around, but it's not so much that it's going to make a huge difference, but I should still point it out. So if you do multitasking a lot, having just a little bit more space on the S10 Plus is better. So I don't give the S10 the win there, but because it can do all of these things in the smaller package, I still find it more practical. Having a smaller phone that does everything the largest, biggest phone does just gives it a practical edge. So night modes are awesome on both of these. They both have wireless power share. They both have the same exact software feature, so we don't got to keep rambling on about software. You're getting Samsung One UI with Android 9 Pie. Updates should be received around the same time on both. So in terms of the performance, they both have 7 nanometers, 855 chips, and they both come standard with 8 gigabytes of RAM. So having that power, again, is what impresses me about this smaller S10. Now the S10e gives you a 6 gigabyte of RAM, but all that power in this light package is just amazing to me. Now, I would expect that power in a big package like the Galaxy S10 Plus. It's a big smartphone here that gives you tons of power. So I just gotta say that when it comes to this regard, they're gonna be exactly the same. No matter which one you're using, the performance is going to be on point on both. And this is not an area that you should choose either of these. You can't say anymore like, oh, if I get the S10 Plus, I'm getting a better performer. That's just not the case these days. You're getting the same exact performance on both devices. And that doesn't matter whether you're running games, whether you're running regular apps, they're both going to perform competently well. And I like that Samsung's doing this because it means that no matter which S10 you go with, you're going to be a happy customer. So I will mention that the Galaxy S10, in my experience, does not even come close to the S10 Plus in battery life. It's about, I'd say, an hour better on the S10 Plus, but you can easily get through a day on the Galaxy S10. It has fast charging, wireless power share. It has wireless fast charging. I mean, it's not a deal breaker. The battery life will get me through the day, but I might have to charge at nighttime, 10 o'clock. The Galaxy S10 Plus can stretch into the second day, but where they are equal, and another reason why I rather carry around a lighter phone and I'm not missing out on the Galaxy S10 Plus, is the cameras. The main ones that matter, the triple cameras on the rear. Now, I talked about the depth sensor a little bit earlier, but unless you're really into portrait photography, this is not gonna matter. And I would almost assume that most people are gonna be really caring a lot about those rear cameras on this device. And you can see they're both the same. They both have the same wide angle lens here. They both have the scene optimizer. They both have telephoto zoom. They both have all the same features on the camera. And that just tells me one thing, that if you're gonna get a Galaxy S10, you don't have to feel no longer like, oh man, if I go with the smaller model, I get the worst camera, because you don't. You get the same camera experience basically. Now again, you have the depth sensor on the front of the Galaxy S10, giving it a little bit more of an advantage, being able to blur that background. But I would almost assume most people are just gonna snap a photo of the front, on the front camera, just a quick selfie anyway. So you might not even remember to use that feature. So at the end of the day, I actually enjoy using the camera on the Galaxy S10 more, because I personally prefer a smaller camera when I'm on the go. The smaller, the lighter, the better. I can get in, get shots a little bit easier, and it just looks more discreet, more private when you're out and about. You don't got people looking over your shoulders. Whereas you have bigger phone, everybody knows what you're taking a picture of on the Galaxy S10 Plus. Now, what I liked about the S9 and S9 Plus was that they gave you dual speakers, headphone jacks. Well, Samsung did that again, because that's a very loved feature there. We have headphone jack on the bottom. We could listen to music through USB-C if we really wanted to. We have speaker at the bottom and speaker integrated in those earpieces up at the top. They're very small, if you could see them right there. Look up at the top. Those little slits, those are the speakers on both. You don't miss out on speaker performance if you come to the Galaxy S10. Again, saving you money, like $100 or so, and you're gonna have a lighter package with similar speaker performance, still very loud and still headphone jack. So you're not missing out by not going to the Galaxy S10 Plus. Does that mean the Galaxy S10 Plus is not great? No, actually I found it to be about a decibel louder than the S10. But at the same time, again, I'm looking for a little bit more of a practical everyday carry, and the Galaxy S10 giving me that makes me feel like I don't have to sacrifice anything by buying the Galaxy S10. Okay, so when it comes to the phone call experience, I can't say either one was better than the other in terms of reception. It was identical. Speakerphone performance, identical. The S10 Plus was better in battery life in phone calls, so I do have to give it the win there. If you talk on the phone all day, you want the S10 Plus. It's going to give you the better longevity in those phone calls. But I like the compact feel of the Galaxy S10 when making these calls, and I always did enjoy a smaller phone when making a calls. I used to love the days of using the iPhone SE as a phone call because it's just really small to hold up to your face, and just having a light portable machine in your pocket to me is just more practical when we're running around, we're carrying a backpack, we're carrying a laptop, stuff like that. We don't need our phone being super large at the same time, making it maybe more susceptible to dropping it as well. So in conclusion, it's hard being the middle child, isn't it, here for the Galaxy S10, getting absolutely almost zero press. That's why I'm covering the heck out of it here on this channel. The S10e, oh, it's a new flat display. Congratulations for people who had the flat displays and went to the S10e. I think that's great Samsung did that. The Galaxy S10 Plus getting all the praise. Oh, it's the biggest, the baddest Samsung on the planet. $1,000, no S Pen. You're gonna have a Galaxy Note 10 later this year that's gonna be over $1,000 and it's gonna give you the total package. The Galaxy S10 gives you everything you need at under $900. With a trade-in, it's even cheaper. Now, resale value, you're gonna get slightly more on the S10 Plus, but the S10 hits that sweet spot of balance. It's not too big, it's not too small, it's compact, it's light, offers almost everything the S10 Plus offers, and anytime I'm using this, I never missed using my S10 Plus. If you have a Galaxy S10, leave your experience down below. If you're planning on getting one, let us know which one you're gonna get, which color, stuff like that. And if you don't agree with me here, I'm totally cool with that. I really wanna see what you guys got to say in defense of the Galaxy S10 Plus. And do you got anything more than just, oh, it's got better battery life, bigger display, depth sensor? You got any more than that? Because I can't really see any more than that. If you guys enjoyed this video, click that like button for me. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more. Nick helping you to master your technology. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to be well. Peace.